Got a weird glare this morning. Sorry, people. How we doing? Instagram? YouTube family. I'm converting over from Instagram. It's a little tricky trying to remember to say YouTube instead of Instagram. Anyways, YouTube family. How we all doing? It's a beautiful Friday morning. And I thought like today would be a good day to discuss a story because we all love stories. So today I'm going to explain to you the story of when I got robbed with a 12 gauge shotgun. Here we go. So I had this customer. Well, I was making these business cards, and it was a really cool little compartment I made to slide them out. And generally, I always make my customer come to me. But this day, my customer, oh, it's just weird shadow. My customer asked me to go meet her at like 38th and Fulton in San Francisco on the Golden Gate Park. So I'm a Haight Street kid, and I was living up on Haight Street, and I hopped in a cab. It was like a $35 cab ride to where she was at. I get out, I text her, I'm like, yo, where you at? They're like, oh, I'm up on 4th and Fulton. So I said, okay, cool. So I flagged down another cab, another $25 ride to get back to that end. The cab driver was actually, he could tell what was going on. He was like, hey, you should be charging them extra money for these cab rides. I was like, yeah, you're right, I should be. So I get out of the cab, I walk up this little side trail. I meet the girl. She's like, yeah, follow me over here. So I said, okay. So I followed her over here. I had 3 ounces of strawberry cough in my backpack. I had a bunch of random dirty clothes, phone chargers, and a 1988 Grateful Dead bootleg book. That was the one thing that I really wanted out of the whole backpack. And so when I'm reaching over into the backpack, 3 men come running from behind a tree in a bush. There is what it kind of looked like to me. They have a 12 gauge full length pump shotgun. Just them running at me makes me fall down onto my butt. They're like, give me your phone and your wallet. I'm like, give you my phone and wallet. They're like, give me your phone and wallet. I was like, dude, fuck you, you're taking my weed. They're like, give me your phone and your wallet. Now, I want to remind you, the shotgun was like this close to my face. I grew up with guns. I know what a shotgun 4 inches from my face is going to do to me if they pull the trigger. I'm trying to think, can I grab it? Is it loaded? Those are the 2 things that I really wanted to know. And I was like, damn it, if I would have saw them coming, I might have zigzagged through the trees and tried to outrun them, because I don't think they know how to shoot a shotgun. That takes a little bit of a skill. The city boys, in San Francisco didn't really get much shotgun shooting practice, where I've had a little more shotgun shooting practice growing up in Oregon. I've been duck hunting and stuff, and target practice and muzzleloader rounds. And, mountain men, excuse me. And then, so he's like, give me your phone and wallet. And I'm like, dude, fuck you. He's like, give me your phone and wallet. I was like, fuck you, dude. You're taking my weed. He's like, give me your phone and wallet. I was like, dude, fuck you. Just take the weed. You don't even want the backpack. He's like, give me your phone and your wallet. I'm like, fuck you. You're taking my weed and my goddamn backpack. He's like, give me your phone and your wallet. I'm like, fuck you. You're taking my weed and my fucking backpack. Just take the goddamn plastic bag out of the top of the bag. You don't want the goddamn backpack. So then he goes, give me your phone and your wallet. I was like, all right, bro, I'm going to tell you what I do. I take my cheap little AT&T Go phone. This was back in like 2008. AT&T Go phone. And I pop the back off it. I take the battery out of it. I put the back on it. I said, my phone, I stuck it in my pocket. I said, you can have the goddamn battery. So I give him the battery. The guy with the gun runs off into the trees towards the Flower Conservatory building in the Golden Gate Park. Well, the other 2 guys took off running down 3rd and Fulton with the girl. She kind of ran off in that direction too. So I'm super shaking. I'm really shaking at the moment. I'm a little like, woo, adrenaline pumping. So I take off running out of the park. I run up, I catch the girl. I'm like, where are they going? Where are they going with my backpack? She's like, I don't know. I said, bullshit. Where the fuck they going with my shit? I want my goddamn Grateful Dead book. I don't give a fuck about the goddamn weed. She's like, I don't know. She had her phone. So I jacked her phone from her hand. I ran back inside the Golden Gate Park. I was starting to get my senses back together a little bit more. I opened up her phone because this was before her phones had like lock screens and stuff. And I tried to figure out, my mind was moving a million miles a second. I tried to figure out if I could figure out who she was texting or talking to see if I could figure out one of those three guys on her chat. I couldn't even really read at the moment. I said, fuck this shit. I just threw the phone into I think I had the phone. I put the phone in my pocket, I guess. And I took off and I ran out. I came down second in Fulton. Now I got the nerve for my skateboard. So I jump on my skateboard and I see those guys about a block in front of me. This police car goes flying past me on the other side. I was like, oh shit. I threw the phone underneath the car. They come whipping back out of me. They jump out of me with guns drawn on me. They're like, get on the ground, get on the ground. I'm like, I'm the victim. They're like, get on the ground. I'm the victim. They're like, get on the ground. I said, do you know what it's like to have a shotgun 4 inches from your face? Roll over, put your hands on your back. And I'm like, well, I am on parole for possession of 1.5 grams of marijuana for sales of 20 grams of marijuana. So they arrested me because I'm on parole. They take me to the police station. I didn't tell us statements. I didn't make any statements or anything. That's not really my thing. So there's no statements. I didn't really explain what happened. I just said I'm the victim. And in the police station, I had a quarter of this strawberry cough in a secret pocket. So I decided to eat it. I've never eaten raw weed before. So I take the first eighth. I pull it out of the secret pocket. I stuff it in my mouth. All the moisture in my mouth just sucked up, gone instantly. I was like, oh shit, this is really fucking hard to chew on. So then I find a little spot underneath the seat where like the metal frame meets the seat where I stuff the baggie. Then I'm like, man, I'm smelling really dank weed. I don't know if that's just because I ate it or if it's because it really smells like dank weed. Look at this eye, looks red. It's not. It's just the lighting. And then I was like, fuck, I better eat this other eighth because if they find this on me, they can charge me for trying to introduce drugs into the facility. So I mow down the second eighth, but the second eighth was a lot easier to eat than the first eighth just because I had a little practice eating the first eighth. So then, like, I'm chewing it down, and this cop walks into the police station, into the back holding it. He's like, holy cow, who's growing weed up in here? And the guy behind the counter was like, it's the pharmacist. I was like, pharmacist? Why do they call me a pharmacist? That doesn't make any sense. I don't sell pills. And then I'm a retired weed dealer. And then they violated my parole. And I got sent back to San Quentin. And so then the girl got away. The guys got away. They all got away. The black people got away. The white guy got in trouble. And my parole board was this OG black dude. He was super cool. Because, see, if I wasn't on parole, I would have had a court case. And a court case would have been a lot better than being on parole. So he said, I have been a parole agent for 34 years. There is one thing I know about being a parole agent and a skateboard. The girl says I hit her in the head with the skateboard. The medical examiner did not see any bumps on her head. So I don't believe that you hit her in the head with a skateboard. Now, I do believe you were set up and robbed because the girl wrote two different statements. One, it was 2 or 3 black guys. The other one was it was 3 or 4 Mexicans. So her story doesn't even make sense. You have a history for weed possessions and stuff living in San Francisco. Not a lot, I got a couple felonies for selling it. I told you, I'm a retired weed dealer. He says, I'm going to violate your parole and send you back to prison for 8 months. I said, 8 months? You know I'm the victim. He says, yeah, but you were selling weed. There's not even no weed in the case. The crooks took it. It's just she said he said scenario. There's not even no weed. She said that I was trying to rob her of the weed. What? This doesn't make any goddamn sense. I said, okay, well, can I get my halftime since you know that I didn't hurt anybody? He's like, no. No, you're gonna do 8 months in prison. I'm about to give you 10 months. And I was like, because I touched her when I took her phone. And I said, all right, 8 months in prison. So I did 8 months in prison for being set up and robbed with a 12-gauge shotgun. Ain't that a bitch? Catch you on the next episode. If you want to hear some prison stories or jail stories or more weed drug dealing stories, hit me up in the comments below. If you made it this far, like, subscribe, and share. Catch you on the next episode.